Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike the intern, Ned Reynolds, back in the studio on a Tuesday morning. The basketball Bears back in action yesterday. How'd they look?
This was the first game for the Bears as a member of Conference USA, and also the first game for Delaware as members of Conference USA, both obviously new members, both in all sports, as a matter of fact. Well, the Delaware team playing at home in Newark, Delaware, apparently had never seen the type of defense that Conzo Martin has, and in all honesty, Mike, not many teams do. That's how Conzo is going to win the games this year. This Bears team is not a great offensive threat, but they are on defense. They're in your face. They're very quick. They play a man-to-man help defense that's really outstanding, and it totally stifled Delaware yesterday. The final score is 61-43. The Bears holding Delaware to 30% shooting from the field. Not only that, but the Bears defense forced 15 turnovers in the game that amounted to 11 points for the Bears. That's pretty good. The Delaware team, they were struggling and still are. They had some injuries and so forth and so on, but their star player, I don't even think he was in double digits in scoring, and not very many people were when you amass 43 points. 61-43 Bears. Now, coming up on Friday is the Bears' next game, and we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, they're back at home. Is that right?
This is their home opener in the conference, and they will play Texas El Paso. This is Texas El Paso's last year in Conference USA. They're going on to the Mountain West Conference next year. So who is Texas El Paso? Well, for basketball fans, wait a minute, why is that name so familiar? Because that's not the original name of the school. The original name was Texas Western, and back in 1966, Texas Western won the National Basketball Championship in really historic proportions. Went to, I'll not forget it was my last year in the Navy, Texas Western, nobody had ever heard of them before. They started in the championship game, and then the first team to do this started an all-African-American starting lineup. Did it on purpose because their coach, Don Haskins, said, I'm going to prove a point. It was Texas Western versus Kentucky. And the racists made something out of it. It was the black guys against the white guys, and the black guys won it. Texas Western won 71-65, I think it was, against a very good Kentucky team that included Pat Riley and Tommy Cron and people of that caliber. And they changed their name several years later to Texas El Paso, and this is that group that's coming in there. Don Haskins, who was a good friend of Charlie Spoonhour, was the longtime coach. His son was a touring pro on the golf tour, and hey, it's just an interesting family. But that's who the Bears play, the Miners of Texas El Paso. That'll be Friday night, and then 2 days later, the Bears play New Mexico State at the Great Southern Bank Arena. So it's a pretty good schedule coming up.
Go Bears! You know, the same thing that I've been saying about the St. Louis Blues this season continues to plague them. They come out strong in that first period and just can't hold on, man.
I was listening to the game a little bit on the other station here.
102.1,
102.1, the one. Okay, I'm allowed to say. It's in the same building. We're all the same people.
We're sisters.
Anyway, the announcer's going absolutely nuts because the Blues had taken the lead over Buffalo 2-1. Didn't end that way.
Nope.
The Buffalo Sabres came back to win it 4-2. The Blues are still 2 games under 500. Theoretically, and with the amount of time remaining in the schedule, the Blues are still very much in the playoff hunt, but they're going to have to start winning on a consistent basis, and who knows, strange things can happen.
We got some high school tournaments to talk about. We got the championship game tonight, don't we?
They are both here in town, both the championships of the pink and white and the blue and gold. And it's interesting because very rarely do they have both championships on the same day. That's to avoid any conflict, but they will because tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Anyway, the girls will get underway first with the pink and white. That's over at Drury University. And the first game will be in the white division with Marshfield playing Stratford. That's at 1 o'clock, and that's all at the O'Reilly Family Events Center. Then in the second game, it'll be Kickapoo against Logan Rogersville. That'll be at 2:30, and the winners there, of course, that they will be the champions of that holiday tournament. The blue and gold, which is attracting very big crowds at the Great Southern Bank Arena, also concludes tonight. The Gold Division Championship at 7 o'clock matches Hartville against Nixa, and this will be a terrific battle of contrasting styles. Hartville, which is a perennial state contender, is a very slow-down basketball team. I mean, they play pattern basketball. Brett Reed is their coach and does a great job with them, and they have a particular style. But you know what? In the blue and gold this year, there's a shot clock. Missouri doesn't have a shot clock in basketball except for specified tournaments, and the blue gold's one of them. Well, Hartville likes to keep that ball. They won't against Nixa. They'll have 30 seconds to get the shot off or they lose the ball. This will be an interesting contrast to see how these kids react to that. They've been playing the previous games with the shot clock, so they know what it's all about. But Hartville will play Nixa. That'll be for the Gold Division Championship. The Blue Division Championship at 8:30 matches Logan Rogersville and Willard. It'll be some really good basketball going on in town championship night.
Get out and see it. Should be a lot of fun to watch. Last night, Falcons once again proving how sometimes those guys can hand out some damage if they want to.
They've had such a convoluted year.
Yeah,
they've had some big wins when I didn't expect them to win, and they lose when I didn't expect them to lose. Well, I'm watching last night's game, and Atlanta's ahead 24-10 and putting Los Angeles away, and all of a sudden there's a blocked field goal, and the kid for Los Angeles returns it 76 yards. Different game altogether. Rams come back to tie it. And in the final 2 minutes of the game, the Rams cannot keep the Falcons out of the other side of the 50-yard line, and Atlanta was able to get a field goal in the final seconds of the game to win it. Atlanta 27, Los Angeles 24. Well, this is a strange way the football season is wrapping up.
You're telling me, Ned. And we do have, speaking of football, got some more bowl games, don't we?
There were 3 of them today. There are 5 of them tomorrow on New Year's Eve, including the start to the quarterfinal round of the national championships. But talk about today, you have the Independence Bowl. And in the Independence Bowl game is Louisiana Tech from Conference USA against Coastal Carolina. Sound familiar?
Yep.
That's where
Coach Beard is right now.
That's where our former coach is going to be, although he'll be there, but he won't be coaching this team. Anyway, Coastal Carolina, Louisiana Tech, the Music City Bowl. I'll take a guess where that is.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, you just won the grand prize.
What'd I get?
You get another day with me.
Yeah, all right.
Music City Bowl has Tennessee versus Illinois, and in the Alamo Bowl, where do you suppose that is?
I'm going to guess San Antonio.
You're going to guess exactly right. That's where it is. San Antonio, Texas, and that's a pretty good game, Southern Cal against Texas Christian. So we'll see 3 very good football games today, 5 of them tomorrow.
You ever been to San Antonio?
I have indeed.
Man, I love that town.
The Riverwalk.
Such an awesome place.
I've always thought that we could do something like that here, stretch something from maybe Ozark to Springfield along a walk. Now, there's a creek that you could go by that sometimes overflows, but you could make a modified river walk out of that.
Yeah, same thing with Jordan Creek if they wanted to do the same thing. I mean, we never know. It's just someone that's got to develop it and spend the money, and that's not you or I.
Have
a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.